I'm Hayley. Welcome to your 20-minute Pilates session today. This class is suitable for everyone, including complete beginners. But if you're working with any injuries, just take the class at your own pace. Today's focus is going to be largely based around flexibility in our hips and getting that nice release if you've got any tension going on in those hips. So let's start bringing our feet nice and wide and have your toes ever so slightly turned out here. And just press down through the four corners of the feet. So your big toe, baby toe, and into those heels. And we'll take a big inhale as we reach those arms up, lengthen up over the head. Exhale, release the arms all the way back down. And again, big breath in. Try and breathe down towards the ribs, into the stomach. And then as you breathe out, gently let the ribs soften back down with you. And again, inhaling through the nose. And a beautiful exhale out through the mouth. Let's do two more. Inhale, pressing through the four corners of the feet. Exhale, releasing it back down. And one more time. Inhale, reaching, stretching up. And then a beautiful exhale. Roll the shoulders back. Let's bring the heels out wider now. And maybe bring the feet out a little bit wider. Come into your widest stance. Toes are now facing forward. We're going to gently bring our hands onto our hips. Roll the shoulders down and back. Send your hips slightly back. Bend into your left leg. Your right leg is straight. We want to feel that beautiful stretch here into that in right thigh. Have a little check in with this knee. We want to make sure the knee doesn't roll in. We're going to roll the knee outwards. Drive your hips forward, stand up. Try it on the opposite side. Reach those hips back. So your back is nice and flat. We're not rounding through the spine. We're not dropping the head. We're just lifting and lowering those hips, creating that nice bit of flexibility into the inner thigh. Lovely. Let's bring the arms into it. Reach and lengthen those arms forward as you drive the hips back. Nice. And this would start to open up, like I said, those inner thighs where your adductor muscles are, starting to stretch out the inner hips here. Really great exercise for anyone who does a lot of walking or a lot of running. Lovely. And we're going to increase the range in our flexibility now by bringing our upper body into it. So the next time you go to bend into the knee, reach one arm down, one arm up, looking up. And then release, coming back up. And again, reach one arm down, one arm up. So the trick here is that we're always going to reach the arm up of the bent knee. Yeah, looking, opening, finding that beautiful twist through the upper back. Breathing in the nose, out through the mouth. Hopefully those hips are starting to feel a little bit warmer. If you're working with a knee injury, send the weight back into the heel a little bit more. Don't put too much pressure into the front of the foot. And we'll go for 4. We'll go for 3. Last 2. Lovely. Last one, reach, hold it here. Left fingertips down. Right arm is going to reach up, look up. Lovely. From here, bring your right fingertips down. From here, walk your left foot out just a little bit wider and your right foot. And we're going to sink down into that right heel. Really open into that inner left thigh. Little bounces here for 5, 4, 3, 2, lift up, walk your hands across, go to the opposite side. Little bounces here. We're going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walking the hands, come all the way around to the right. Turn both of your feet to the right. Lift that back heel up. Drop your left knee down. Point the left toes. Reach those arms up. Look up, opening through the hips. Gently calming back down, tuck your left toes under, lift up, walking back through center. Lovely. All the way to the opposite, lift that back heel up, drop the right knee down, point the right toes, reach it up, look up, calming back down, tuck the toes, come back through center. One more time each side. Rotate through your hips, reach, lengthen, and coming back down. Hopefully you're feeling that a little bit warmer now. Those hips are waking up. And reach. Lengthen. Coming back down. Tucking, come back through center. Hold it here. Just let the head hang down if that's available. Looking towards the wall behind you. Press through the four corners of the feet. Take a nice breath in. And a big breath out. Big inhale, fill up into the ribs, into the lungs. And then an exhale, sinking heavy down. Lovely. From here, let's walk our feet in a little bit closer. So heel toe the feet in, not all the way beside each other, still keep them outside hip distance. We're going to see now if we can turn our toes out slightly, can we drop our bum down and then sink down into your deep squat position. And here we're going to press the knees out with the elbows. We're going to encourage the outside of the foot to press down into the floor and just soften through the tummy here. And then from here, gently close those eyes and start to focus on your belly breath. Now, if this position is not comfortable for you, don't worry. You might be up here on your toes. That's okay. Walk your feet out a little bit wider, and that will help to bring the heels down. And this is the body's natural rest position. So if you're not comfortable in this position, try and get comfortable with it with lots of practice. Again, closing the eyes, let's take 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Breathing into the tummy, breathing out through the mouth. One last time, inhale. Big, beautiful exhale. Opening the eyes, drop the fingertips down, lift the pelvis, float up, open the hamstrings. Lovely. From here, drop back down into our deep squat. Now you might need to bring your hands behind you for this, or maybe your arms can come straight out in front of you. I want you to drop your bum right down onto the floor here. Well done, guys. So we need lots of space in front of us for this one, so feel free to scoot yourself back. Walk your feet out here lovely and wide, toes slightly turned out, bring your hands behind you, fingertips are going to face backwards, roll the shoulders back, gently drop your knees to one side, noticing the knee coming down on the inside, roll it through center, opposite side here. Lovely. And focus more on the inside knee that's coming down and less on the outside knee. And we're just checking in to see, does our thigh bone roll in and out of the hip socket? So when we're sitting down at our desks all day, or even when we're walking, running, or squatting, or doing any of those movements, our thigh bone is moving in the same direction. But this way, we're asking it to roll in and out of the hip, which is exactly what your thighs are designed to do. So we're just making sure we have that mobility in the hip here. And one side's a little bit tighter than the other. That's okay. Maybe do a few more repetitions on your tighter side. Good. Now, beginners, you can stay with this one. If you want to increase your flexibility, see if you can drop your knees to one side, hands come onto your elbows, and then can you roll across without using your hands? It's not there for everyone. So again, just work with whatever variation that is there for you today. And let's go for 4 more. Shoulders back. Go for 3, last 2, and last 1. Well done, guys. Scoot yourself back onto the mat there if you had a little shimmy around. We're going to sit into our Pilates mermaid position, which is knees now are going to be over to the left, feet are over to the right. If you need a cushion under your bum, that's okay. And we're going to go left hand down, right arm reaching upwards here. Good. Now sometimes in this position we tend to lift our right hip. Try and sink your right sit bone down. Really ground through the sit bones. And imagine someone's pulling your arm up to the ceiling out of your right rib cage. Your left elbow can be slightly bent. Keep the shoulder nice and relaxed. And then when you're ready, gently thread your right arm underneath. And then lengthen it all the way back up, opening the chest. And again. Inhale. Just encourage that nice sense of flow and rotation through your upper spine. Again, try keep your right sit bone anchored down to the floor so that the pelvis is nice and steady. And just sitting in this position is really good for increasing the mobility in your hips. Let's do 2 more. Lovely. Last one, reach that right arm up, right hand comes down, reach your left arm up, find that stretch out of your left ribs, finding space around your lungs, opening the muscle, all that connective tissue around the left side of the rib cage. And then gently reach this left hand behind you, fingertips facing back, lean back into the hand a little bit. Right arm is going to go out, we're going to sweep it past those knees, send your knees down, float your pelvis up and reach the right arm back. and then sink all the way back down again. And we'll try that again. So as the hand sweeps down, we drive the knees down, we float the pelvis up, we look back, and then we slowly release. And again, try and find that length through your hips, driving the knees all the way down. Lovely. Inhale as you sit back down. Exhale, we stand into the knees. 2 more. Lovely, guys. 1 more here. Holding it, reaching all the way up. And release, come back down, roll the shoulders down and back. We're going to try it all on the opposite side. So let's flip the feet around and we'll go knees to the right, feet over to the left. Again, if you want to prop yourself up onto a cushion, that is absolutely fine. We're going to go right hand down, left arm up. And again, soften through the right shoulder. Reach and lengthen that left arm all the way up. Lovely, guys. And then let's take a little rotation. We're going to thread the arm through, reach it up. And just like we did on the other side, we're going to really anchor that left sit bone down. Good, so that the hip doesn't need to lift. We have that nice stability through the pelvis. And we're going to go for 4. And 3 again. Use your breath here, just breathe in the nose, out through the mouth. Enjoy that nice release in your upper spine. And 1. Let's go arm down, reach the right arm up, open that right rib cage, opening space around the right lung. Look up, breathe. And then reach that right hand behind you, plant it down. And when you're ready, your left arm is going to sweep by those knees, stand into the knees, float the pelvis up, reach that left arm back, take that beautiful stretch. And then inhale, coming back down. Not only is this a lovely hip opener, but it's a lovely way to open, release tension through the chest, through the shoulders. Nice. So if you've been sitting down, leaning over a computer, leaning over your laptop, this is just a lovely way to open up all those tight areas, get the body feeling really nice, really revitalized. Let's do 2 more here. Sweeping, standing into the knees. Beautiful, guys. 1 last time. Reach up, hold it here. And release, bring it back down. Roll the shoulders down and back. Well done, guys. We're going to come down to lying down onto our back. So find your way into your mat. Roll yourself down. And just lie yourself down into a nice comfortable position here with your knees bent, your feet hip distance apart. And then keeping your knees in line with those ankles, toes facing forward. Bring your thumbs onto your bottom ribs. Bring your middle finger down onto those hip bones here, the bony part of the pelvis. And I want you to see if you can roll your pelvis down south towards your heels, feeling your ribs and your hips stretch away from each other, feeling some nice space come into your lower back. And then I want you to see if you can roll your pelvis north towards the ribs, feel your ribs and your hip bones glide towards each other. And again, stretching them out, roll your pelvis down to the heels. And then rolling your pelvis north to the ribs, let your ribs drop down, connecting here. And we'll do 3 more. So we breathe in, pelvis rolls south. Breathe out, pelvis rolls north, ribs drop down. And again. Beautiful. And last time, inhale. And then exhale, lovely. Let your lower back stay down close to the floor now. Feel the lower back melt out. Relax the arms out, palms facing upwards here. We're going to apply pressure to the 4 corners of the feet until our bum becomes a little lighter. And then we're going to lift the bum. We're going to float the pelvis up, peeling each piece of the spine away from the floor until you come up into your shoulder bridge. And you can reach your arms out wider if you like here. And I want you to think about less about stretching the ribs and the hips away from each other. Try drop your ribs down and try roll your pelvis north towards the ribs. So we have that lovely core connection here. Your hip flexors are opening up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to release the spine slowly back down, upper spine, middle spine, lower spine. Gently roll your pelvis down south to the heels. And then when you're ready, exhale, roll the pelvis north, drop those ribs, push into the feet as we float the hips up, feeling that lengthening sensation across the quads. And then gently release it, come all the way back down. Lovely, take a breath in. Exhale. Rolling, pressing through the feet, standing into those feet, lengthening, and gently releasing back down. We're going to do one more. This is your Pilates shoulder bridge. So you might have done this exercise before if you've done Pilates before. Hold it up at the top. And from here, keep the weight evenly spread across your shoulders. Press into those feet. We're going to reach those arms up to the ceiling, palms facing towards each other. Let's go one arm back, one arm forward, and just find that nice length through the arm to really open into your chest, open into your shoulders, while those hips have the opportunity to open to the ceiling. Good. Breathe in the nose, out through the mouth. Again, remember, we're not lifting our chest really high. We're driving the hips up, reaching your knees out forward, almost over the toes. Starting to feel the muscles in the back of the legs work here. The muscles we've been sitting on are now waking up, and we're going to go for 4. We're going to go for 3, 2, 1. Bring both arms down by your side. Let's walk those feet in a little bit closer together now. Driving down through the feet, float the hips up, drop the ribs. Let's bring our weight into our left foot. Our right leg is going to float up into a tabletop position, and then we're going to gently change. So we've done an awful lot of work here on mobilizing the hips. I'm going to focus a little bit now on stability. I want you to keep your pelvis and each hip bone in line with each other, so that we've got that lovely stability where we don't drop in our hip when one leg lifts up. So we're just asking our thigh bone to glide in and out of the hip socket without compromising anywhere else. Lovely. And we're going to go for 5. We're going to go for 4, 3, almost there, 2, and 1. Land your foot back down, roll the spine back down, upper spine, middle spine, lower spine. Grab those knees, hug the knees out wide towards the shoulders. Take a little rock here from side to side, open into that lower back. Lovely. All right, from here, land your feet back down. We're going to send our left heel up onto our right knee, and just let the heel rest on the knee. Let that knee here drop out to the side. Open your arms out into what's called goalpost position, that 90-degree angle. And then see if you can keep your heel on your knee and just slowly roll your hips to the right-hand side. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Maybe you'll go all the way to where your foot comes onto the floor. Don't worry if you don't. Yeah, the goal is to keep the left elbow down, keep the left shoulder down. And then if you want to intensify the stretch, why don't we use our right hand to grab the knee, gently gliding the knee down towards the elbow, down towards the floor, feeling this lovely stretch into the outside of the hip here, into your IT band. And just take a nice big breath. Try and avoid this from happening if you can. We're trying to anchor the shoulder down, trying to open through that chest. And take a nice breath into your left ribs. 2 more beautiful breaths here. And then inhale, exhale. Bring your right arm back out to goalpost, bringing your body back through center. Let's try it on the opposite side. So arms are out still in a goalpost position. Right foot is going to go onto your knee here. Drop that knee forward and then just roll your hips all the way to the left-hand side. Lovely. Again, try keep your right elbow out at goalpost. And then if it's available, you might want to grab that knee, gently draw the knee down towards the floor, increasing that flexibility, that stretch. Breathing into those right ribs. With each exhale, gently pulling the knee. One last breath here.
Releasing your left arm back and slowly come back up. Really nice, guys. From here, land your feet back down. Keep your 2 feet together, knees together, arms out in that goalpost, rolling up into your bridge to open up those hip flexors, reaching your knees forward. Keep the knees together to get that extra sense of length through the hip. And then on the breath out, massaging your spine all the way back down. Upper spine, middle spine, lower spine. Lovely, guys. Reach and grab the backs of your legs. Slowly lift your head with control. Roll yourself all the way back up into a seated position. And that is your 20-minute Pilates session done for today. I hope your hips are feeling nice and stretched out. And thank you so much for joining me.